as you probably already know, this billionaire tech CEO was caught on camera a few days ago cheating on his wife at a concert. And he was caught with the HR of the company. So yikes. So let's just look at the clip real quick and let's go over it play by play here. Alright, so you're caught here on camera with someone that you shouldn't be with on the kiss cam. This is not an ideal situation here for them, but it's not the end of the world, right? Like, you can play this off. No one has to know. Just whatever you do, do not act suspicious. Period.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what?
You've got to be fucking kidding me. Wait, is that that wasn't the CEO's hands doing that, right? Wait, was that just an illusion? That's kind of funny because it's like, it really looked like it was his hands because they pop up as he goes down, so it's like he was dropping his body but just lifting his hands up, dropping a little emote, start doing like the John Cena hand wave, you can't see me. Yeah, these people literally would have been fine had they not freaked out and hit like absolute idiots. Like, no one knows who this guy was. Let's be real. He's a billionaire. He owns a big company, or he's the CEO of a big company. Just because you're a billionaire doesn't mean you're an A-list celebrity. Like, I doubt any single one of you knew who this guy was before any of this happened. Just to prove it that people don't really know tech CEOs based off their face, I'm going to show this image of the CEO of Google, and if any of you guys recognize him because of Google, I'd actually be really impressed by how big of a fucking liar you are, because this guy isn't a CEO of Google. It's just some random white guy in a suit. But I bet you believed that it was, because who the fuck knows tech CEOs? Let's take a minute to also appreciate the form here for a second. They act pretty quickly as the camera pans onto them, but once the camera sees you, it's already too late, so it literally just doesn't fucking matter. They would have had to like see the camera panning to them, maybe throw on like a Jesse and James costume. But no, she notices first. He doesn't notice too long after her, because you can see his face change. He covers her face, does a little peekaboo, I can't see you, you can't see me kind of thing, using ideology of an actual fucking infant. You might not understand the concept of object permanence. This woman might have a stroke if a magician does the penny behind her ear trick. And Andy here, instead of turning around, he takes it to the next level. That's what you gotta love about this guy, is he always goes all out with it. If he's gonna make a fool out of himself, he's gonna make a total, complete fucking buffoon of himself. He's far too famous to just turn around, cover his face. No, people are gonna recognize this man by his back. I know Andy Byron's back when I see it. So he ducks down and he actually goes completely out of frame. Like, I don't know how he even ducked that much. Like, his dick has to be in his mouth right now. I don't know where he is. He might even literally be lying down flat on the fucking floor. Actually, like, where did he go? If Kristen, this woman right here, Miss Triss, watched the footage back and saw this, she'd probably be like, holy shit, he disappeared. How did he do that? Yeah, I half expected, like, a smoke bomb to go off where Andy was. Like, he was just that committed and just grapple gun his way out of the concert. But it's still funny to me, the people whose hands are in the Jumbotron and they're just excited to be there, right? They're just happy to be there and they're just waving their hands around as this all breaks out. If they literally just continued to caress each other in front of the camera, they would have been fine. The only reason they'd need to hide is if his wife and her husband also happened to be having an affair at that same Coldplay concert, and they saw it on the Jumbotron. Actually, I'm pretty sure she's divorced. Like, this situation couldn't have gone any worse for them. They were out cheating at the concert, the kiss camera panned on them as they were all up on each other, and then they reacted horribly to it, making themselves look super suspicious, and then Coldplay literally calls them out on it. Coldplay. I know Coldplay's the band name. This guy isn't Coldplay, but I don't know what his name is. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
And someone was recording, all at the same time. I mean, it's a concert. Of course, someone's gonna be fucking recording at all times. And then as she turns her head after doing it, you can just see like the grin on her face. Like, she thinks this is hilarious. And the woman next to her is also smiling and laughing about the situation. I don't think she knows what's going on. People online were saying like, oh, that's their friend, she's with them, thinking like that was another fucking employee of the company. But just take a second to think about that and realize why that wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, this situation doesn't make sense already. It's just a shitty one. But imagine if those two were out cheating on a romantic Coldplay concert and they just decided to bring another employee along for the ride, put her in the cuck chair as they're all up on each other, cheating on their spouses. He is just doing something deplorable. He has a wife and 2 kids at home. It's just crazy how someone can be so blessed, right? Like they can be a billionaire, 2 kids, and a wife, and they're still out here just spitting in the face of that, doing this. But yeah, I don't think this woman is cucked along. I think this is just a random person from the audience who was reasonably laughing at whatever the hell these 2 goofballs were doing. But this situation is almost as disturbing as the time she was caught on the Jumbotron dipping her chicken tender into soda. Not quite as bad as it, but it's up there with it for sure. And I feel really awful for the wife and the kids, of course, too. Like, this guy's out with her on a romantic date at a concert for CP. CP as in Coldplay. They're not they're by no means good people, but they're beyond that at the very least.
Proud as hell for CP. I'm here for CP. Support each other.
Not only does she have to see them all lovey-dovey, all up on each other, but so does the whole internet. But the fact that she's able to just kind of laugh the situation off just really kind of shows you how much of a fuck she gives, and same goes for him. And the CEO's wife has already gone back to her maiden name on Facebook. Good for fucking her. And the daughter to the CEO has had the reasonable response of making silly little TikToks about the situation. Because this is his daughter that he totally has, and this is very real. The fact that this account has this many views and followers is actually fucking insane. And yes, I'm pissed about it. I'm mad that I didn't think of this shit first. Could have just pretended to be his son, cried about it. Bang, millions of likes, millions of views. Yeah, he doesn't even have a daughter, he has 2 sons. So the only way for this to be real is if the day after the sons found out about this, you know, he decided to finally make that move, get the life-changing, gender-changing surgery, and then decide to post a few silly little TikToks. One using Coldplay music in it, you know, the same guys that busted your dad. Pretty reasonable, pretty real. And then also dropping ad deals inside of their text with their mother about the situation, because that's definitely something you would do as a mother and daughter and release those to the public. And then this one, the caption kills me. 2 truths and a lie. Yeah, this is gonna be the fucking lie. So ironic. Let's toy with this for a second here. She shows messages from her and her best friend about the situation, and then from her and her mother. So let's see her best friends first. So the friend here, first off, just sends a picture of the situation just to kind of rub it in her friend's face a little bit more. You're like, yeah, this is fucking hilarious. Everyone knows about this, including me. And then she drops a, my God, Marina, I literally thought it was your dad's doppelganger. Is he with Kristen? Because the daughter's best friend somehow knows the HR of her dad's company. Are you really best friends if you don't know who the HR is at your father's business that he owns? The hiding. I cannot. Call me back. I saw it really early this morning. I was like, no shot, that's Marina's dad. Lord help us. Yeah, wow. Friend really considerate, being careful with her wording not to try to upset her, and being a good supportive friend. I really respect that from Marina's best friend here. Here's Marina, you know, she's saying how cute she thinks her mother's texts are to her, how she's getting over this. Can you get home? Yes. I think this is a classic situation of mother texts you, but she reads the text that he sent as her own, so she was answering herself. Everything is gonna be okay. Breath work, please? I'm not quite sure what that means. And then the mother just out of left field goes, I got the Copia app. It's letting me log every time I freak out. Yeah, because that's something everyone wants to do, is just take notes of every time they fucking freak out and lose their shit, every time they're at their worst. They just want to record that and hold on to that forever. And then it's a link to it, and it says manifest affirmation. And then Marina goes, and manifesting? You're so cute. Manifesting a better year, LOL. I love you. And I did a 3-mile this morning with Lisa. Just got the app for you. Ha ha ha. You're the most beautiful woman I know, inside and out. You're strong, but you don't have to be right now. That made me cry in a good way. How touching, how heartwarming. This is actually so beautiful that I think I might just download the Copia app myself. The girl in the photos and videos, it's probably not even her behind this account, but that would be wild if it was actually one of his kids making those videos. Like, and I'm someone who's all for making light of a horrible situation, but even that would be a really unusual quick reaction. All right, I just realized making light of a horrible situation sounds awful. That's not what I meant. I'm not just like, yeah, 9/11 happens. One day later, I'm like, oh my god, this is hilarious. Oh, you gotta wait a few years, and then it is. No, obviously not. I'm just kidding. What I meant by that was, I understand making jokes about your hard times to help you get through your hard times. And the woman that Andy, the CEO, was having an affair with is actually named Kristen Cabot, or is it Kirsten? Oh, I think Kristen Cabot, which is just crazy how many men are cheating on their significant others with chatbot. This was her name. Her name is literally fucking chatbot. I think it was her destiny, be a gooner's outlet to cheat on his wife. This only makes sense. And then this apology statement from Andy was going around where it reads, "I have billions of dollars and still more hoes than all of you. Hop off my dick. Much love, Andy Byron." And then there's an image attached to it here. I don't know if I can show this on YouTube, but I'll describe it to you guys. Basically, it's just his hairy cock and balls. No, not really, but this apology is just about as real as the one that was floating around. I'll read it here. It says, "What was supposed to be a night of music and joy turned into a deeply personal mistake, playing out on a very public stage. I also want to express how troubling it is that what should have been a private moment became public without my consent. I respect artists and entertainers, but hope we can still think more deeply about the impact of turning someone else's life into a spectacle. As a friend once saying," and then he drops a fucking lyric out of Coldplay, which is just absolutely poetic. "I wish this was real. If it was, I think I'd have to forgive the guy. And I wish we lived in a universe this actually happened, and Marina is actually his daughter, and her mother was just dropping ad deals in text to her daughter about her divorce. What a world we could live in." Alright, if you made it through all this, I appreciate you. I'm gonna try to keep this shit up, so subscribe, drop a like, drop your pants. Okay, I lost my privileges. Goodbye.